Pablo, light it up.
I had to buy the portion I was young. Trap. I had to buy the portion I was young. Trap. Got it out the mud, all they ever wanted was a plug. All my niggas thugs, money coming, gotta get it up.
What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back. Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. All right, check it out, man. We talking Floyd Mayweather, right? Check this out, guys. Floyd Mayweather versus Adrien Broner. What? For the love of sports. Let's talk about it. All right, so let me see who we got in the building. Oh my gosh, good God, guys. All right, appreciate this already. We got IBT up in here. Queen Lisa up in the building. What's up with you, Lisa Bells? Modern Machine up in here. Boxing God, appreciate you, fam. Boxing God starting off with the super chat before I even crank it up. I can't do nothing but appreciate that, fam. Good look, Boxing God. John Cable in the building. What's up, John Cable? Jackal Davis. What's up, Jackal? Nick Harmer, what's up? Nick said, I just stopped to smash that like button. 115. Oh, wow. Okay, get you some rest, bro. I appreciate you, Nick. Ralph Unreal in the building. What's up, Ralph Unreal? My brother G Boogie. What's up? Elbow cough. You know it. No doubt. Woolly Boy Slip and Move. G Boogie, another one. Okay, God bless you and Boxing God, G Boogie. They starting out with the super chats before we even crank the show up. Appreciate that. Sporting Advantage in the building. What's up, Sporting Advantage? My man Justin Trouble up in here. Justin Trouble. Always coming through. Appreciate you. Raider. What's up, Raider from LA? I'll buy houses. My man Joe up in the building. All right, guys, let's get this shit cranking. Dragon Leg just stepped up in here. So, motherfucking Floyd Mayweather fighting Adrien Broner? That's the comeback fight that Floyd's going to have? Let me drop this link in the chat just in case somebody want to come up here and talk about this. This one here is crazy, but so guys, the rumor, of course, y'all know this is always rumors, but the rumor is Floyd Mayweather will come back to fight Adrien Broner. Now, I don't want to see that bullshit fight. If there's some truth in that's a fucking clown show, but you know, it wouldn't surprise me any. But the reason this is being said, Willie Boy said Floyd in 3 or he's angry. He schools and punish him 12. Yeah, I mean, there's no expectation for Broner to beat him if this actually happens. None at all. Not in my opinion. Broner doesn't present any problem. But so the rumor is that, and shout out to my man Joe for dropping this on me, and I went and read some of this. But the rumor is that Adrien Broner is into Al Haymon for some money. And you know, Broner he's not a draw anymore. They do their best to pull off some fights, you know, make them pay-per-view and get them paid. But, you know, to be perfectly honest, Broner's no draw. Toby Bartlett, what's up with you, fam? But if he's into Al Haymon for some money, Samuel Shaw up in the building. What's good, Samuel? If he's into Al Haymon for some money, then it makes sense that Al is trying to extract, you know, what Broner owes him, which Floyd, as far as he's concerned, that makes him 51-0. You know, another worthless fight, Birdo type shit to me. I mean, we know that Floyd's going to win this. I don't think that anyone is going to pick Broner, even though Floyd has been out for as long as he's been out. Broner ain't really been that fucking active, to be honest. And I don't think anybody would pick Adrien Broner to beat Floyd Mayweather. It's basically just a scheme to get Al Haymon's money back from Broner, if that's the case. So I just want to know what you guys think about that, man. What do you guys think? I'm pretty sure nobody in the chat wants to see that fight. I don't want to see that goddamn fight. But do y'all think that this is something that would possibly happen? Or, you know, of course, it's a rumor, guys. Real quick, that guy in the building, 10-pound donation. It's a damn showcase for Floyd. My man, that's what I think. That's all I think it can be, that guy. It's a showcase for Floyd and a way for, like I said, Al Haymon to extract the money that Broner owes him. You know, maybe leave Broner with a little coin in his pocket. if that goes down. Intangible, what's up with you, fam? What you think about that Floyd Mayweather coming back to fight Broner?
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll believe it if it actually happens once I see it, if it's scheduled. Actually, once they do their ring walk, because it'd probably get called off somehow, some way. But I mean, regardless, if the fight happens, whatever. Honestly, if Floyd takes his first loss, I could care less.
I don't think it comes by the hands of Adrien Broner, though.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. If he take, just like my man, the guy just said right here, and appreciate you again, the guy, for the super chat. But just like he said, it's a damn showcase for Floyd. It's a showcase for Floyd, and it's a way for Haymon to extract his money. Now, they never said a dollar amount of actually what Broner owes Haymon, but it must be quite a bit of money if they're talking about putting him in a fight with Floyd, because that's a big money fight. You know what I mean? So he must owe him some M's, to tell you the truth, bro. If all of these rumors are, if there's some validity to it, it makes sense though. Let's think about it. Adrien Broner owes Haymon money, right? It makes sense to put him in a fight with Floyd. It makes sense for Floyd to showcase a fight against Adrien Broner. It's an easy way to get money back. You know they can fucking sell it.
Yeah, I mean, also, like, another reason as to why, even if Floyd came out of retirement, he'd still beat Broner. I mean, Floyd lives more of a boxer's lifestyle as an inactive fighter than Broner did ever as an active fighter.
Yeah. Soccer Training Club. Just in case you don't know, I'm black and Puerto Rican, so I got a little, Hispanic in me too. Damn right, I'm cranking it up for Cinco de Mayo. I woke up late, but it ain't gonna stop, bro. I'm gonna be cranking up. I'm gonna do something else after this live too. We doing it big tonight, Jack.
But honestly, I mean, there's been like 20 separate rumors of Floyd coming back since he retired against Berto. I mean, in like early 2016, there was like rumors of him coming back against Pacquiao, even though he already retired. Him coming back for Kell Brook. And then Adrien Broner, I think it was after Khabib Alakaverdiev or maybe Theophane or whatever fight it was, where he called out Floyd in the post fight. That was hilarious. Where basically he was like, me and you have been having some problems. So to Floyd, I gotta see you. I can't. Yeah, and then he came back against McGregor for that fight, and there's just been like 10 separate rumors since then. Whatever.
All right. I mean, look. One thing we know, one thing for sure, two things for certain. Floyd Mayweather, especially in a return fight, is not going to put himself in so much danger. And we know that for sure. G Boogie said, greetings and salutations to everybody in the live chat. Smash that like button if you love the content. And don't forget to hook up D, the Godfather Jefferson, with a super chat. G Boogie, I appreciate you, my man. But I prefer you guys share this motherfucking video and hit that like. That's my only request. Super chats, man. Y'all can do that if y'all want. I do appreciate it, guys. I really appreciate the super chats. But the most important thing to me is hit that like button and share these videos so we can grow this motherfucker and have like 100, 200,000 Speak Your Mind Sports Talk family members. All knowledgeable, bro. Let's crank it up. I'm excited for that shit because we just keep growing and growing, but it's people like Intangible, IBT, Mark, like people that know boxing, Bully Boy, Kevin, John Cable, like sporting events. We know these sports, bro, so I'm loving this shit. Tomoko in the building. What's up with you, Tomoko? So, let me see. Kevin said, we going late with D. Jefferson tonight. Damn right, bro. We going to close Cinco de Mayo out on live. Damn right, we going late night, long ride. Let's get it. But, yeah, man, I don't think that, I don't know, bro. I don't know how much it's going to bring attention for sure.
Yeah.
It's going to definitely bring attention because it's Floyd Mayweather. But, and the COVID situation. Now, here's another thing, guys, too. So the rumor is that this is going to happen very shortly after they open things back up. which gives it another, like, to me, that just gives it a little more validity, because that's a smart move, because we haven't had anything. So even if it is Floyd and Adrien Broner, we haven't had anything. You know what I mean? So people going to fucking tune in.
Well, I mean, even if people do have stuff, if it's on like an open weekend, and also it's an easy fight to promote, because I mean, people will hear about the backstory of how Broner was originally supposed to be Floyd's prodigy, and then he like left Floyd's banner, and then they got mad at each other. Floyd was talking about him and like behind his back, and all of a sudden they're fighting each other to settle stuff. I mean, they could turn this into a whole beef.
Right. So, yeah, guys. So, another thing too, so that I can give you guys where this rumor come from, is Rick Glacier. If you guys don't know, Rick Glacier was on here. He was on the show here probably a few months back. Me, him, and ILTBA interviewed him. So, and even back then, we were talking about the numbers of the Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder fight, the numbers on the fight, how much, they generated. So that's why he was on the show. So even back then, when Mr. Glacier came on the show, I said the same thing then, and I'll say it now. We can't put 100% faith in anything that any of these guys say. I mean, Rick Glacier has some sources and stuff on the inside, and so he has reason to believe that this is the next guy, and he knows for sure. Well, he said that he knows for sure that Adrien Broner is into Al Haymon for some money. That is something that he knows for sure, and I suppose through his sources and everything, he's gotten wind that this is going to be Floyd's fight coming in.
Yeah, I mean, I lost my thought.
It's just crazy, bro. I mean, it's just crazy to even think about it. Like, I don't like. Hold on. It was just a comment before I go to IBT's comment. It was a comment.
But also, didn't Rick Glacier say that
I didn't read it.
Wilder Ortiz made 2,500 pay-per-view buys?
No. That wasn't Rick. He came out. As a matter of fact, he came out around that time. I'm trying to remember who said that shit, but he came out around that time, and that's why he came out with his numbers. And then that's when ILTBA decided to interview him here on the show, because it was a lot of false information coming out about those numbers. But I do remember someone who said that, but it was right during the time when Rick came out. I think Rick came out with like 137 or some shit like that was the number. But L Dog says Floyd won't fight Crawford or Spencer. No, fuck no.
No,
L Dog. And that's what I was saying earlier, why it may make a little sense about Broner, because Floyd ain't gonna put himself in no danger in this comeback fight. That shit ain't gonna happen,
yeah,
bro.
And Floyd also was, he was supposed to be in negotiations. There was like a 4 or 5 month period last year where all these different news sources were reporting that massive, serious negotiations were going on between he and Pacquiao. All of a sudden, it was absolutely nothing, and Pacquiao's just going to be fighting one of the Garcias.
Yeah, and they jerked the hell out of Manny Pacquiao. Floyd was supposed to give him that fight, bro. That's a fact, man. Toby Ball is shouting out every. What was that comment? IBT. Okay, there you go. Let me get back to that. D always appreciating the shout out, supporting is always appreciated. I'll share the video. Oh yeah, for sure, bro. I always appreciate you guys. I mean, listen, man, it's all about you guys. I don't just say that shit. A lot of people, I guess, is lip service. My man Lewis Sports Network, my brother in that basketball thing, say shout out to D the Godfather and everyone in the chat smashing that like for you. Got a stream to do in a few. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. I'm gonna come. Even if I'm on here, I'm gonna make sure I get through there. And smash that like.
I Buy Houses has a comment saying that Broner and Tank Davis sex tape called "Davis Has a Broner" must not be selling.
That's too much. Hold on. I'm gonna get on that comment. Joe, you funny as shit. But let me get back to IBT. The thing is this, IBT, and I say that and I mean it, right? I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, thanks, I appreciate you guys," and then they'll do things and then they don't show appreciation. I can't wait till YouTube starts funding these super chats, and I'm getting paid off like little videos. I had to go back and take all them fucking commercials out because they did that automatically. I never even intended for those commercials. We're too small for that shit. So I took all of those out. But I am still making some money. And I'm telling you guys, off of all of the super chats, all of the money that YouTube sends us for the video, that's just going back into the channel and into you guys, like, at least like in the near future, because we don't make a lot of money on these channels to begin with until we start getting that subscriber list up and, sharing more videos. So at that time, of course, I'll probably, I'm not putting $20,000 giving that shit away every fucking 2 months or something. But I mean, like, as far as now, I think it'd probably be like a couple of $1,000 every time YouTube send a check. I'm telling you guys now, that shit is coming back to you guys, bro. Because I don't survive or live off of this. Me, my wife and I, we got other things going, right? I want to give back to you guys to show appreciation. I don't just want it to be lip service, but I really do appreciate you guys because people don't understand that these channels cannot grow unless you have people listening, hitting that like, sharing the videos. You're not going to fucking grow, bro. So I definitely, I really appreciate you guys. It's not just fucking lip service. And that video, that appreciation video I did, it wasn't really a lot of fucking editing in it, but just like the page turns and having the screen flip so it looked kind of professional. It took me like 3-4 hours just to put that together, but just to show you guys appreciation because, man, none of this shit happens without the Speak Your Mind Sports Talk family. And that's what I consider you guys family. So I mean that when I say I appreciate it. Yeah,
I appreciate it. And yeah. But I mean, also to the topic, it also people in the comments are talking about how it makes sense for Floyd to go to the MMA route. I mean, let's be honest. In the MMA route, if he takes a loss, which will probably happen if he goes against somebody remotely competent, it's not going to count on his boxing record, which he is famous for. And he's going to make a ton of money doing so, and especially if he faced somebody like Khabib. I mean, the best fighter in the UFC, to my knowledge. I don't follow it very closely. That's a fight that will be easily marketed. Yeah, he could make an easy $100 million doing that, probably even more.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay. I got some more people that stepped up in the building. I done fell behind in the chat. So, yeah, I'm going to get back to Joe's comment. That's what I was looking for. But Willie Williams done stepped up in the building. What's up, Willie Williams? My man Wood Stay Real TV up in the building. What's up, DT3, the Boom Man, the motherfucking they call me the Godfather. I think DT3 might be the Godfather of this thing. What's up, Boom? My son in the building. Tate Powell. What's up, son? Appreciate you coming through. Who else? Make sure I ain't miss nobody. Some step in. I keep falling behind on these chats. 1-2 Kid. I see you, 1-2 Kid. Done popped up in here. What's up, 1-2 Iron Cone up in the building? What's up, fellas? Black and Brown Boxing. He just gave me that work on that 2K earlier today. Black and Brown. I need that rematch. I still say Black and Brown might have thrown a ringer in there on me. Nah, I'm fucking with you, dog. But I buy houses. Let me find that fucking comment one more time.
He was using deflated basketballs. That's what happened.
Yeah, man. That shit was funny. I gotta find it. Go ahead and Ted. We'll talk about something. I gotta find that comment. Oh, man.
All right, guys. What do you guys think about the territorial conflict between India and Pakistan? Or is it still going on? Never mind. I'm out of here.
There it is.
That's something.
I found it. Broner and Tank sex tape called Tank Davis Has a Broner. Dog, that shit is too hilarious. I said one time that Tank and Broner was beefing with each other because they was fighting over who gonna have the spot in Floyd's bed.
Yeah, I read this one comment on Instagram where I think it was Adrien Broner when he hit up on this like little 16-year-old girl rapper, and somebody was in the comment, and somebody was in the comments and said Adrien Boner.
Yeah, bro. I mean, let's talk about that. This is a little bit off topic, but how ridiculous and how pathetic is that? I'm just gonna cut my camera off. I said the camera, not me. How ridiculous is it that Broner's hollering at Danielle Bergoli? Bro, this girl is 16. She just turned 16. I don't care about the big boobs and all of that shit. She's a kid, dog. What the hell is he doing sliding up in her DM? And she got that motherfucker wide. Look, she put it all over fucking social media and everything.
Yeah. I mean, considering Adrien Broner is always on social media, I mean, he's active as hell on that. How does he not know that Daniel Bergoli is a minor?
I mean, I think maybe he did, but look, this is the thing. This is the thing, dude. A lot of these guys, yeah, he's a celebrity and all of that in the public eye, but Broner's a goddamn idiot. And there's no secret about that. But in this country, don't think Broner the only 30-something-year-old man that'll go out here and smash these 16 and 17-year-old girls. It's just he's in the public eye. This shit happens all the time. So let's be realistic about it. You know what I mean? It's a goddamn shame. He shouldn't be chasing all of the. You got money, you got fame, you can get women, so you shouldn't be chasing no girls. It's a goddamn shame. You shouldn't be sliding up into no 16-year-old DM, but that shit happens, bro. That type of shit happens. Let me drop this link in the chat. I see a lot of my compadres. The link might have disappeared, but yeah, Broner's crazy for that, man. Messing with that little girl. I call her little girl. I don't care. Like she was dealing with some of these rappers that may have been overage, but they're still young. They're like 19, 20. You know what I mean? That's a difference. What is Broner, like 36 years old or something like that?
No, he's like 31. He's like actually 30. The dude is real young.
I didn't know he was that.
Yeah, because when he was winning titles against DeMarco and Malignaggi, he was like 22 or 23. He lost to Maidana at 23.
You're right. He ain't that old. He's not that old. But
yeah, he's not like.
Google know everything, bro. How old is Adrien Broner? That's all you gotta do. Just fuck.
Adrien Broner is 30 years old.
See, she told me. That's my broad right there.
There you go.
Everything. 30 years old is Adrien Broner. So listen, man, you're 30 years old. You got money. I don't even give a fuck if you do owe money. You still got money and access to money. Goddamn, go get a hooker before you go mess with some 16-year-old girl. There's some fine hookers out there. I don't subscribe to hookers, but it's some really fucking hot hookers out there. If you're that desperate, go get a hooker. Don't fuck with no minor, bro. What the hell is wrong with this dude? Another R. Kelly in the making. What are you gonna do? Make a video and piss all over? You know what I'm saying? All right, maybe that was a little harsh. Maybe I could have said that.
Well, that's a weird thought. I did not want that appearing in my head.
Hey man, it just don't make no sense. Okay, 1-2 kid in the building.
Yo, what's up, 1-2?
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
So look,
Adrien Broner does not throw punches. Because that's what you would have said if you asked him if he could fight. You don't throw no punches, man.
I want to get your
doesn't let his hands go.
Let me get your idea on the topic, because everybody just step up on here. I want y'all to speak on the topic, and the topic is Floyd Mayweather comes back to fight Adrien Broner. That's a rumor, of course, but it was put out by Rick Glacier. He says he has some information on the inside that, number one, he knows this for sure, that Broner is into Al Haymon for quite a bit of money. That's number one. And number two, he said a couple of his sources, whoever they are, pretty much led to the fact that Broner's going to be the guy when Floyd comes back. And the strategy is that since we're on this COVID-19 restriction, people are going to be demanding something when we come back, and they're going to slide that Floyd Broner in there, and that's how they're going to blow it up. So what do you think about that? You think it's any validity to that, 1-2?
I don't know, man. If they do fight, I'm not going to be that interested in it, but I could see why people might. Right. Because right. I mean, it's a fight, but we don't know where Floyd is. I know he stays in shape, but Father Time is something that nobody can beat. So we don't know where he's undefeated.
That motherfucker Father Time undefeated.
Yeah, it's still a risky fight if you factor in his age and his inactivity, But Floyd, I do believe if Floyd comes back to fight, he's gonna know exactly who he's fighting, when he's fighting, and how good he's gonna look in there. So I mean, he makes calculated decisions. So he knows what he's doing.
Well, I mean,
let's be honest. I mean,
even at Floyd's age, he's just way too smart for Broner, in my opinion. Like, he's just way too smart for him, bro. Broner doesn't have what it takes to beat a Floyd Mayweather. Not even age.
And also, let's just be honest. I will say this. Broner may be the best active fighter, if you want to consider him an active fighter, that Floyd could possibly choose. Because, like I said, it's just such a great way to market the fight. A guy he took under his wing, and then they basically had an on and off relationship since. And, I mean, that could just be a perfect way to create that rivalry.
Yeah, for a fact. So, my man, the uppercut. Look, this guy right here, guys. Let me get this introduction right quick. Hold on, IBT. I'm gonna kick you back out for a second. I gotta introduce you. So, this man coming up on stage is the up and coming, the prospect of the year in the YTBC community. My man, Immortal Boxing Truth in the building. What's up?
Hey, what's up, D? How you doing? How you guys doing on the panel? Tangible 1-2K. What's up?
You like that?
Hey, bro, I'm honored to pass that torch on to you, as I was the YTBC Prospect of the Year last year. I am the self-proclaimed YTBC Prospect of the Year last year, but I know for a fact I'm honestly.
I think you was, though. I think you deserve that honor. I think you. The Boxing Jedi just stepped up in the building. Oh shit! What's up, Boxing Jedi? I appreciate you coming through. That link in the chat for you, bro. If you want to jump on, I'll drop it again. Brown Gone One in the building. What's up, Brown Gone One? My man Samuel Shaw just stepped up in there. Or have you been in here, Samuel? I don't know, but he ain't here now. IBT. So the floor is on you. You heard the topic, bro?
Yeah, man. I think honestly, this is going to be a nice 51-0 kind of deal for Mayweather. I don't think Broner is going to be. I mean, if Broner couldn't, get himself together for Manny Pacquiao, what makes you think he's going to get himself together for, Mayweather? I think Mayweather's just going to beat him on points. Even like Intangible was saying, even as a retired boxer, he still lives the boxer lifestyle much more than Broner, who's over here eating Cheetos with hot sauce and DMing girls on Instagram that are 16. So clearly his life is in shambles at 30. I think the Mayweather fight would just be a payday kind of thing for him.
Yeah.
If I was Mayweather, you know what I would do? I would have like 5 fights with Broner. I would have 5 fights with him and within like a span of 5 weeks, just so I could take Wayne Hangman Yothin's record away.
Until you get 55-0.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Like this,
because Yothin.
Go ahead, Tangible.
Yeah, because Yothin is 54-0. So Floyd's going to need 5 fights with Broner. And, I mean, let's be honest, boxing's going to be shut down for 5 weeks or probably a lot more than that. So, yeah, that's a great idea for Floyd to reclaim his record. Or maybe he'll fight some more bums.
Yeah. Hey, Triple J stepped up in the building. What's good with you, Triple J? Appreciate you coming through, fam. Real quick, guys, I want to where my man at? I buy houses. I want to shout out. I'm gonna shout you guys out too when y'all do this because fuck, bro. My face is buried in my phone all day. I used to talk shit to my daughter, my beautiful daughter. She's sitting right here with me. So I used to talk shit to her all the time, right? Walk around. I'm like, man, y'all kids keep y'all face buried in that goddamn phone. What's so interesting in that goddamn phone? All day, got your phone to your face.
My.
Hypocrite alert. Hypocrite alert. My motherfucking face is buried in this goddamn phone all day long. Like, that's the truth. Because I get so many DMs and things like that about, I can't research all the information. So you guys, that's another thing that I wanted to give appreciation to you guys for, because you guys keep me posted. Like, I might be looking at something on basketball or MMA, and I'll get a DM from I Buy Houses. I mean, it's a lot. Samuel Shaw, Boxing Monster. The list goes on and on. So I was trying to find his tag, but I couldn't. But I just wanted to shout out I Buy Houses for bringing this topic to my attention. And then when I did the research on it, I found out that it was some validity to what he was saying. So I just decided we come up here and discuss this. But for all you guys that send me those DMs, Samuel Shaw, my bro, he got my phone number, so he's sending straight through the text message. But for all you guys that send me this information, keep it coming. And I really appreciate you because I can't research it all. And y'all be sending me some good fucking topics, bro. Really.
So I kind of got a question from the panel. Do you guys think that if he were to fight Adrien Broner, that it would be, I think it'd probably be pay-per-view or whatever, but if he wins or when he wins, what does he do after? Does he just go back into retirement? Does he go for a bigger payday? You know, what's the actual agenda here?
Oh, he'll go back into retirement, blow off some money, and then come back at 41 and at 44 and fight again.
Well, actually, yeah. Actually, he'll have a 130-pound catch weight against Menilton. I'm telling you guys, this is what he's shooting for.
All right, so go ahead, bro. Oh shit.
Biggie.
All right, Boxing Jedi, what's up, bro?
What's going on? Speak your mind, boxing, and everybody out there on chat as well, man. What's up, boxing heads, man?
What's up?
Yeah, what's up, bro?
What's going on, guys?
Did you hear the topic?
I heard something about Broner versus Floyd or something like that.
All right, so let me break it down for you, and then I'll get your thoughts on it.
All right.
So, Rick Glacier comes out, right?
Right.
And I had Mr. Glacier on the show a little while ago. What's up, Saint Britt? So he came out and he says that Adrien Broner is into Al Haymon for some money, okay? Right. And the Floyd fight, when they come back, because of the COVID situation and we don't have anything, that's the guy that they're going to push. It's a showcase fight for Floyd. Al can get his dough back, and that's the fight that they're going to push. And the fact that we don't have anything right now, that's just going to sell regardless. So this is the strategy. Now, of course, it's a rumor. You know, we read these articles and we do what we can. But it's valid. It makes a lot of sense.
I mean, personally, this fight, if it's coming to fruition, it should have happened a while back simply because remember a long time ago in a boxing ring far away when Broner lost to Maidana, and then all of a sudden Big Bro came in and took his plate of food when it should have been Broner fighting Maidana, right? So Floyd fought him twice and made some money off of that and made nobody Maidana into somebody. Well, win or lose, it doesn't matter for Broner in this fight here. I mean, he's basically going to get his money. I don't think he's going to get his 10 million. I don't think he is, because that's what he's asking for from what he was saying in other interviews.
Fucking 10. He's
not worth it. And I just feel that I don't even think Floyd is going to waste his time with Adrien Broner. But if he does, then this opens up another whole closet full of questions as to, okay, why not Terrence Crawford now? Why not Errol Spence Jr. now? Why not Sean Porter now?
Right.
You know what I mean? So let's hope. I hope it does. Because when Canelo was fighting at 160, right, and he had the unified straps, remember that? I was hoping that Floyd, instead of fighting that Tingen guy he fought over there, I was hoping he came back, whooped Canelo's ass, break up the titles, you know what I mean, and let the real 160 fighters fight for that, because Canelo keep going up and down and then up and up and up.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I feel you. Real quick, Monkey Kung Fu done stepped in the building. What's up with your Monkey Kung Fu? Appreciate you coming through, fam.
What up?
Yeah, Monkey Kung Fu, that's my man. Like, he shows up, like Monkey Kung Fu shows up sporadically, but you know when he in the building. What's up with you, Monkey? Yeah, man. I like the idea of what Haymon is doing for the business side of it. I like it, right? Now, listen, guys, don't get this twisted. I don't like to fight. I told you guys before, I don't like fights when there's no suspense in it. When there's, is not intriguing when you don't know, like, oh, this guy can win, this guy can win. It ain't like that with this fight. Floyd wins 100% hands down. So there's no intrigue. There's no suspense in this fight for me. But for the business side of it, you got to respect that. This motherfucker owe me money. Floyd is big. And let's talk about the $10 million. Hell no, he's not worth it. But fighting against Floyd, he could get it. And it'll still be nothing. All right, get a motherfucker $10 million, whatever. Right? So, and then Al can get his money. Broner can talk shit some more. Talk about, y'all know I beat Floyd. You know what I'm saying?
when he only threw like 2 punches around, I beat Floyd.
Like he did Pacquiao. Y'all know I beat that boy. Well, he said,
you know what? Maybe.
No, the fuck you did.
You know what? Think about this real quickly. I think Broner's pent up rage, just off of the failures of the years, I think that pent up rage, I think he's going to conjure up those spirits to finally throw maybe 100 or 200 more punches than he usually does against Floyd, because I think Floyd will be that special character where he throws punches against him.
Yeah, I think Floyd will go in there against a Broner. If this was to happen, guys, I think Floyd goes in there against a Broner and puts on an absolute show.
Yep, like, I agree.
Plays with him, fucks around and puts on an absolute clinic. That's what
I agree, and I don't really follow Floyd like that, but I gotta say this, guys. I have to say this, guys. I gotta say this, and I'm only gonna say it once. That's gonna be a boxing masterclass, and Broner better not show up with that made in Taiwan shoulder roll. That's all I gotta say.
Right? Look who you going against with the shoulder roll. The motherfucking greatest, you dumb fucking. You got no chance in that fight, dog. You got no chance. I cannot see for the life. And then there's always this thing with Adrien Broner. Man, I hope Broner lets his hands go this time. That motherfucker don't never let his hands go.
His hands are still on punishment from my kind of fight.
You know, if Floyd were to beat Broner, this would be used in Floyd's category as his 23rd world champion ever beaten.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Would.
Yeah, definitely, man. Shit, stats are correct. I just feel that Broner's hands are still on punishment from the Maidana fight. His hands are scared. Like he is
actually he let his hands go a lot more in the Maidana fight than he usually does. A lot more than he did against Malinashi, because he was forced to fight back. He had no choice. If he didn't let his hands go more, he was going to lose. And well, he did lose anyways, but still, that was his only shot.
Yeah.
Hey, 1-2 kid. You know what Floyd pulling on us, bro? He pulling a LeBron James on us. He's stat packing. You know what I mean? He put another champion on his name. Bullshit, you know what I'm saying? When he pulling a LeBron James on us right now, dog.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a little different than with Manny Pacquiao. If before that comparison comes up, because I could already feel it. But Manny Pacquiao though is a bit active. Was a bit more active. He was still out there and under the lights. And I don't think it's new for Floyd, but he calculates this stuff, man. So he knows exactly. He could say, well, you know, I ain't been under the lights in a while. And then as soon as he wins, he's like, man, ain't nothing changed. I've been through this 1,000 times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what he's doing. Like it ain't a surprise to most boxing fans that watch this guy. We know what this dude is up to, man.
Yeah.
He ain't coming back to fight anybody that's real risky. He's not gonna fight a Bud.
That's what I said earlier, bro. That's the same thing I said earlier. We know Floyd ain't coming back to take no real goddamn risk. He's not doing that. Actual facts. My man Angel Santos in the building. He said, "What up, everyone? Listen, and listen up well." Angel says Floyd and Broner will do the shoulder lean dance like the one hit wonder drill song. It's gonna be a shit show.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna do.
I swear.
They're gonna show who has the best rolling shoulder. Who has the best rolling shoulder, right? Like,
that's gonna be an absolute.
You're right. There'll be a whole lot of.
Yeah. Except there'll be a whole lot of Broner getting tagged.
For sure. He has better timing than Broner. He's more accurate than Broner. He's smarter than Broner. No fucking way Broner wins, bro. No fucking.
And he actually uses the shoulder roll less than Broner does, believe it or not. Broner just sits in a shoulder roll shell all fight, and whereas Floyd switches his stance sometimes.
And check it out. Not only does he use it less, but he uses it more efficiently. So that means he uses it less, but more accurately.
Yep.
He don't get hit. Broner uses the shoulder roll and catch a goddamn right. Why he roll?
He's gonna be catching pull counters all night, bro. He's gonna catch some pull counters all night, kid.
No doubt. Yuck Bear's in the building. What's up, Jose? My man Ken Kenshi done stepped up in the building. And Andre up in here. What's up, Andre? He said he ain't risking that record. Come on now. You know he still has that ego. Exactly, Andre. Exactly, bro.
But Broner does it better than Berto, though. That was the worst shoulder roll I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's a fact. Battling Shaw. Okay, hold up. Who the hell is Battling Shaw? They got intangible and part of Samuel Shaw's name in here. Now, Battling Shaw, I appreciate everybody that come through. Make sure you hit that like and smash that like button. But I would like to know who the hell is Battling Shaw. He says, I will come to life and fight Broner. And then I will become a 2-time lightweight champion once I beat Joshua Taylor's ass. Oh, Josh Taylor. Oh, I don't know, man. And I will become King of Mexico versus Ramirez. You know what's funny? And Battling Shaw, good fucking comment, bro. Listen, you guys know what's funny is that let's say Floyd comes back and
I can't use the light.
we know. Oh, I was getting ready like that. We know he's going to beat Bro. We know that, right?
Yeah.
And just like my man Boxing Jedi just said, then that old comparison's going to come along. Pacquiao fighting Broner, Floyd fighting Broner. Floyd's going to beat Broner more convincingly. We know this. Josh Taylor and Ramirez, Floyd dropping down, or either them coming up, that's intriguing. That's actually intriguing. And if he was to beat those two young guys, I don't give a fuck what no one say. That shit would be fucking huge. I don't think that shit happens because Josh Taylor is a risk. Ramirez is a risk, in my opinion, even though it's Floyd Mayweather. So I'm not sure, but man, that's intriguing. What y'all think about that?
You realize that? Hold on. You realize Battling Shaw is my burner account, and Battling Shaw was a real fighter.
Oh, okay, you motherfucker! I was like, yo.
He was the first ever Mexican-born champion in boxing, and I created it to troll, basically.
Okay, I got you. But Intangible, you knew. I was like, wait a minute. That's Intangible's old picture. You know what I mean? I knew that was your old picture.
That actually isn't one of my old pictures. I just got it today.
Really? That looked like one of your old pictures you had that you used to come on with.
No. My old pictures were Les Darcy, Johnny Dundee, and then Ezra Charles and a few other guys. I don't even remember. I think I had Maidana one.
24 done stepped up in the building. Flame on. Come join us on the panel. And if y'all look, a lot of the music that y'all hear in the background, even though Flame On knows his fucking boxing, this man is he does music. So a lot of music sometimes y'all hear in the background and shit. That's my man Flame On music. So y'all go check him out, check his channel out. He got some hot ass music on there. What up, Flame On? My brother in the building, my brother in crime in this thing. IBFP boxing Nuke in the building. What up, Nuke? Appreciate you coming through, my man.
I just want to give a shout out to all my Mexican brothers out there. Happy Cinco de Mayo. You know what I mean? Celebrate. You know, God bless y'all. No doubt.
Yeah, no doubt, bro. Happy Cinco de Mayo. I don't celebrate any holidays, holidays or any other holiday, but I do, accommodate people. So happy Cinco de Mayo to all you guys that choose to celebrate that. But all right, I'm falling behind in the chat, guys. Let me catch up. My man Raider from LA just stepped up in here. He said Floyd gonna pick the lowest risk, high reward. To me, it looks like Thurman is gonna be considered. You know what? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
Another ass whipping for Thurman. Oh man, I feel so bad for Thurman, man.
Oh, here we go, man. Here we go. My man Flame on 24. That D, I'm gonna charge up. So he gonna come in. Somebody got feedback, but I appreciate you, Flame on 24. Dropped the $10 super chat. That's my man. Appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you a lot. Kevin says, what's good news? Oh, okay. Give you a shout out. So yeah, man. Keith Thurman, I'm gonna start with you. Let me see who been quiet. IBT, you've been kind of quiet. I'm gonna let you start this. Keith Thurman, Floyd Mayweather, man. What you think, bro? We're gonna go around the panel. Jedi, you take next. 1-2 Kid, Intangible. What you think, IBT?
I think that'd be like an actual cool fight. I would surprisingly maybe like to watch it. It's a little closer, but it would have been cool to seen it before. But I think that would be. I'm trying to think off the top of my head the highest reward for the not least risk because it's not like Thurman's bad, but of all the guys who are active at welterweight right now with a good resume.
No doubt, bro.
I think it'd be Thurman because he's coming off a Pacquiao loss, right? Clearly, he's not quite accustomed to boxing again. He had a little ring rust, so maybe he can take him right now while he's still kind of recovering almost. But I still even doubt that. But if there's any fight he would make with another top welterweight, it would be with Keith Thurman, I think.
Hey, you know what, man? Thanks for the comment. Shit. I think I agree with you. Who did I say was next? 1-2 Kid. What you think, bro?
Repeat the question.
Shoot again, brother. Real quick before I repeat the question. T-Tone Toledo stepped up in the building. What's up, T-Tone Toledo? So Floyd Mayweather coming back to take on a Keith Thurman. What you think?
I would be way more interested in that fight. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hold on, I think I got some feedback for him.
All right. So Intangible. What's your thoughts on that, fam?
Oh yeah, my bad. I was muted. Honestly, I wouldn't really root for Floyd to win any of the fights he'd be in if he came back. I liked him when he fought, but I don't want him back. Keith Thurman is a fight that I would root for him to actually win. I would. I mean, getting Keith Thurman out of the welterweight division, I feel like it's like getting rid of a tumor in your body.
Oh man,
that's just been fucking you up for like a year. I really think so.
Yeah,
great analogy.
That's a great analogy. I'm sick and tired of him too, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
It's time
I think everybody is.
Yeah, especially since his last antics when he started talking about Errol Spence and the Terrence Crawford, and then he brings up Terrence Crawford, right? And then the fucking interviewer says this. Well, so you mean next? Thurman says, well, I don't really know about next, but like Thurman, this is the type of shit that we're tired of, bro. Oh, hold on, guys. Hold up. Monkey Kong Fu in the building. He said, appreciate the channel. These smart conversation. Always 100. Salute to you in the panel. Salute to you, Monkey Kong Fu. Monkey Kong Fu is the man. Drop the $50 super chat. Appreciate you, my man. Can't do nothing with that, man. I love this speaking mind. See, you're supposed to love family. And y'all guys know I love you guys. And I said that shit way before this money came. This is what it is, bro. This is what it's about. Monkey Kong Fu, appreciate you, bro. Always appreciate it. My man Romanian Mike checking in out in Vegas. Romanian Mike, my man Mike. What's up with you, Mike? GGG gonna smash Canelo in the trilogy. Woo! We're gonna talk about that next, Mike.
No way.
Go ahead, Intangible. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, there's no way Triple G smashes Canelo in the trilogy. I highly doubt that.
I just want to say from the last one with Keith Thurman versus Floyd Mayweather. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, I'm just gonna say it like this, man. I'm gonna say it as if Mike Tyson was to say it. All right. First of all, you know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman, he don't have no type of dance steps for Floyd Mayweather simply because Floyd Mayweather is a defensive savant. You know what I'm saying, guys? Second of all, you know what I'm saying? Manny Pacquiao definitely put his hands all over the fucking guy. I mean, let's be honest here. You know what I'm saying? This guy is not going to be able to touch him at all. I'm sorry. As to Canelo, I have a long story about Canelo, but I'm going to pass it to you guys. Thanks.
All right, real quick. Real quick, good shit, Jedi. Brock in the building. He said, Mike, laughing my ass off. Who else just stepped in right after Block? El Ray 2000 in the building. What's good with your El Ray? So yeah, man, Thurman. Anybody didn't get a chance to respond to that? Thurman.
I didn't.
Brad did.
What up, Ray?
There you go. There you go. I told y'all he not an assassin. Ray and I let him in, and that motherfucker still fooled me. Go ahead, Ray.
Well, let me talk about Keith Thurman, right? Okay, so anybody who's been with me from the beginning knows that I've always stuck up for Keith Thurman. He gets his ass whooped by Floyd. he's gonna get embarrassed. I don't know. To me, he seems like he's just deteriorated. He seems like he's lost the hunger. You know, it used to be that he wanted to welcome these guys to the welterweight division. Guys like Danny Garcia, guys like Amir Khan. But you notice he didn't want no parts of Terrence Crawford. And then, of course, we saw what happened with him and Manny Pacquiao. I don't think he's gonna fare too much better against Floyd Mayweather. To be honest, I think he gets embarrassed, and then that's coming from somebody who's been a known Keith Thurman fan.
Yeah, honestly, Keith Thurman, he's just a walking L. He is the human embodiment of an L.
Yeah, man. Definitely, bro. I've never seen anybody besides guys we used to beat up in the schoolyard back in the days talk so much shit and then lose. Like, I'm going to kick your ass because God gave me the power. All of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? I gave it my best. Go have a donut, man. Shut up.
I'd beat your ass, but I don't want to face you, honestly, though. I'm not trying to face you, but I'd beat your ass.
But one thing about him, though, he got a good mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Keith Thurman, you know what? Keith Thurman could have been a pimp. He could have been a pimp.
Yo, we should call him Wolf Thurman. We should call him Wolf Thurman for selling Wolf tickets.
Wolf Thurman. Boxing God 7
Big bad wolf.
Good impersonation, Jedi boxing, no doubt. He got a lot of good ones. All right, guys. So since everybody touched on that, Red Glove, you just stepped in. So let me get your opinion real quick before I move on to this GGG situation, because you just joined the panel. And Jedi Boxing, if you didn't either, both of you guys can give your opinion. So the main topic was Floyd Mayweather comes back to fight Broner. I think you did respond to that.
Yeah, I did. Thanks, brother.
So to catch you up to speed, Red Glove, Rick Glaser says that Broner is into Al Haymon for some money. So the idea is, since we're on the COVID situation, we don't have any boxing coming. They push that fight coming off of here. That's a way that Floyd can showcase himself, of course, because Broner ain't gonna beat him, and Haymon gets his money back. And Rick Glaser says, from his sources, this is the fight that Floyd's coming back to. What you think about that, Red?
I mean, I think that it's a pretty shitty fight. Like, I don't. Who the hell wants to see Broner versus that's worse than the Keith Thurman fight? Like, who really wants to see that shit? Like Broner versus Broner versus Floyd Mayweather Jr. I think I'll pass on that. Like to me, that's just smoke and mirrors. Like we know the outcome of that fight. Like even more so than the Thurman fight. Like I think Thurman would beat Broner, and I sure as hell think that he doesn't stand a snowball's chance in hell against Floyd Mayweather Jr. Real quick, I just want you to know that I don't know if they're done doing it, but for the past 3 weeks, Rick Glaser has actually been on he's actually been on Raphael Dawkins on his channel the past 3 Wednesdays. So that might be something you want to check out if they do it again this Wednesday, because they're taking questions from the chat and from Twitter. Right. So if you got questions, if you have any questions, especially about this particular topic, because even though I don't want to see that fight, it's an intriguing question. Just, And I think that has more to do with the fact that ain't no boxing going on. So we're entertaining the rumors, even if they're terrible, more than we normally would. But I just want you to be aware of that.
No doubt, no doubt. So
I don't know, man. I would like to see Keith and I'd like to see Keith and Broner fight, man. I think that'd be a fun fight, and the promotion would be crazy. They both be talking big shit, you know what I mean? And then someone go get shut up in there regardless, so nobody loses. You know what I mean? It's like no matter how you cut that up, that's gonna be entertaining.
That would be one hell of a fight, gentlemen. Definitely, bro.
Yeah. Hey, so John Cable says 2:20 a.m. here, and I'm off to bed. Peace out, D in the panel in the chat. Take care, everybody.
John Cable.
Hey, man. John Cable, thanks for coming through, fam. Yeah, bro. It would be. So, guys, let's move on to this next topic. Red Glove, you just joined us. We'll just go from you and go right around the panel. Red Glove, 1, 2 Kid, Jedi, IBT, Intangible. Getting back to me. So my man Romania Mike out in Vegas says GGG is going to sleep Canelo in this trilogy match. Red Glove, I'm gonna start with you. What do you say to my man Romania Mike, who is a huge GGG fan?
This is what I'm gonna say, right? Because I'm also a huge GGG fan. But guess what? It ain't happening. You know, his best shot of sleeping Canelo was in that first fight, and he didn't get it done. I think he won that first fight. I did think he got robbed, but there wasn't any improvements from the first fight to the second fight. In fact, I don't like a lot of people consider that one a robbery as well. I don't. I actually think that fight could have gone either way. There was a lot of swing rounds, and this is coming from somebody who I really like Triple G and I really don't like Canelo, but if I'm being honest, I think that fight could have went either way, draw, win for Triple G or win for Canelo. It went to Canelo, in my opinion. He didn't, you got to go above and beyond if you want to win on the scorecards against Canelo. He's not going to
fight, bro. No close.
He ain't going to. And you know what? The only thing that's changed since that second fight is that he's about 2 years older. Nah, it ain't happening. I'm like, you got to keep it real, because if you don't, you're exactly the type of fan that the bookies love, because you vote with your heart instead of with logic. And logically speaking, I don't see that Triple G is gonna beat him. His best shot was in the first fight. It didn't happen. Second fight was even closer. This time, I think Canelo beats him without a doubt. That being said, I'm actually going to get going. I just want to jump on real quick, especially on that Keith Thurman topic. But thanks for having me, D. No problem. Thanks for having me, D. Shout out to everyone on the panel. Jay Cotto's the one who got me started on YouTube. So much respect to him. Much respect to everyone else. And everybody in the chat, if you haven't subscribed to D, go ahead and subscribe to him. And if you haven't hit that like button, if it ain't looking blue right now, you need to get that bitch blue right now.
That's what's up. And I appreciate that, Red. And I like to say this too. Red said, if you ain't subscribed to D, subscribe to D. But Red, you should have added on, if you ain't subscribed to me, subscribe to me. Subscribe to my man Red Glove Military. That man is balls fire with that goddamn editing. Go check him out.
In fact, subscribe to everybody on the panel. Jay, the Boxing Jedi, IBT, Intangible, 1, 2 Kid. All these guys do what they do really well. And they all bring something different to the table, as well as myself and D. So just make sure that you're subscribed to all 6 of us.
Yeah. Peace out, Red.
Peace, Red.
Yeah.
All right, so 1, 2 Kid, you up? GG, Canelo.
I would have to say, man, I don't see Triple G winning that fight at all, because I see Canelo only getting better, man. I just think that guy, and I see Triple G on a decline, and I don't think even if Triple G leveled off, I still don't see him winning that fight, man. Right. I think that Canelo is just one of those guys, man. He's always hungry. He's always working on his game. He's always motivated. He's driven, and I don't think people gave him enough props for his last fight against Kovalev, because even his team didn't want him to take that fight, and he wanted it. He wanted that. And I was like, hey, man, you can't knock him, man. You can't knock the guy. The guy is super talented. And even if he levels off, he's still, I think he's right now, he's too much. He's too much for Triple G, because I'm not seeing that same hunger in Triple G anymore. I just don't see it, man. It's not the same.
Right.
That's just my take on it.
Right. Ox Steel in the building, my man. Ox Steel, what's up, Ox Steel? Appreciate you coming through. LA, Raider, LA just stepped on the panel. What's good with you, Raider?
What up? What up? What's up, my boys? How's it going?
LA, what's up?
How you doing, man?
All right, so LA, we doing this right quick. We talking about GGG Canelo. Let's get ready to go to my man, Boxing Jedi. But when they get finished and then come back around to you, I got 2 questions for you. So hang tight right quick. Boxing Jedi, take off with it, bro.
All right, I'm gonna give you a little depth of my report here. Like, okay, we all know the first fight, who it belonged to, right? The problem here now is, see, the second fight never should have came to fruition for GGG with Canelo. Once that test or whatever it was that happened and it popped and he pissed lava or whatever, Loeffler is the fault for GGG's decline. Okay. Yes, business moves from promoters do hurt the fighters. Yes, they do. And when I mean hurt, I'm talking about mentally and spiritually. You know what I mean? You can tell that GGG got, and if you haven't been caught up, I'll catch you up really fast. GGG had fired his staff, okay? And as from my knowledge as well, I don't think he even messes with Loeffler anymore. Loeffler knew exactly what he was doing when he made that fight. Had it been any other, and you guys know this, had this been any other promoter, they would have protected GGG and told him, nope, you got to have another fight, piss clean, before you go and fight him. He should have been, defending the IBF against Derevchenko. You know what I'm saying? But instead, what did he do? He was talked into taking $40 million. Canelo got 365. Loeffler got a little piece of that, and you can tell because afterwards, when they asked Loeffler what was going on, exactly the same question I'm asking: why did you take this fight when Canelo? They should have made, and you were the side A, not De La Hoya. The whole thing here is exactly what 1-2 Kid said. GGG is on the decline. Okay, you can tell when you look at the man's face. He is upset. He just doesn't know how to retort in this situation. He knows that fighting is not going to get him anywhere. His whole financials a mess. GGG's whole camp, everything is a mess at this point. For him to really come back, I think he should have just taken 2 fights. He should have been 2 fights knee deep right now. You know what I mean? But he's not. And then go for a Canelo. But it's not going to happen. I think Canelo this time possibly puts GGG down and beats him on points. You know what I mean? He knocked GGG down for the first time, and he beats him on points. That's how I see this going, simply because he's on the decline. That most definitely, mentally, physically, and spiritually as well. You can see it, and I love GGG.
No doubt. Scott Brown said you're Canelo truther if you think he won the first GGG fight. Hey, what's up, Scott Brown? Yeah, a lot of people do think that, bro. Appreciate you coming through, Scott.
Honestly, I'm not the biggest Canelo fan, but I honestly had Canelo winning that first Triple G fight. Unpopular opinion.
Broke in, Intangible. You go ahead and answer the question too. Canelo, GGG, go ahead, speak on it.
Oh, I thought it was IBT's turn.
Well, I mean, that's why I said since you broke in, go ahead, speak.
Oh, okay, fine. I really don't see the third fight being competitive at all. The Triple G versus Derevchenko wasn't all that competitive to me. I didn't even really think that fight was close. The third Triple G and Canelo fight will be a destruction. It will be a complete destruction. It'll be basically this trilogy's version of LaMotta versus Robinson on the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. I mean, at this point, Triple G is slow. He's slow. His defense is declining. His guard is not as tight. You can just break through it more easily. He's not as strong. Nothing convinces me that Triple G is going to beat Canelo. And, I mean, Canelo took all of Triple G's best shots in both of those first 2 fights. And his upper body movement is going to be too much for Triple G's sort of slowish hands. at this point in his career. And he's never had the quickest hands per se. Triple G's always been pretty crafty, but not the quickest hands. And I mean, at this point, I don't think he'll necessarily drop Triple G. Maybe he will. I don't know. But I think the fight will get stopped in the corner in the third fight.
Yeah, a good one. Prime Fighter Champions, thanks for coming through, fam. He said after Canelo went up to 175, now back to 160. Canelo looks stronger. GGG will lose for sure. I hear that happening again. I hear that from a lot of people. David Fuentes in the building. What's up, David? Appreciate you coming through. David said, "How was GGG A side?"
I'll answer that really quickly. Well, he was undisputed. You know what I'm saying? He had his he had the straps. Canelo didn't have any. So what does that make you? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
That's why. Who was undisputed?
GGG at the time. He had
unified. No, he wasn't.
He had 3 belts. He was unified.
It was unified.
He had 3 belts. He had the IBF and the WBC.
WBO champion. That's a good valid point, though. That is a valid point. So T-Tone says Canelo GGG part 1. Canelo didn't take nothing from GGG. GGG didn't take nothing from Canelo, but part 2, Canelo showed. Okay, we got you. But I mean, let me tell y'all something. So, it's Intangible's turn. Intangible, take off, bro. GGG Canelo. All right, baby.
Triple G Canelo 3. I stated that Canelo would massacre Triple G in the third fight.
All right. Did you want me to go or?
Yeah, go ahead.
You up? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So in terms of a fighting way, I really respect Triple G, and I think he's fought the most people at 160, especially like the Daniel Jacobs, Derevyanchenko, Canelo twice. So I don't really want to take any credit away from him. But in the first fight, you could have given it to Triple G or a draw reasonably. You could have even given it to Canelo. That's like the least popular opinion of all of them. But in the second fight, I saw Canelo winning, and I saw him make adjustments, and I saw him bring the fight to Triple G and counter him to the body and take his best shots. He really impressed me in that fight. While Triple G only made small minor adjustments with things like feinting and uppercuts. But then we saw in the Derevyanchenko fight, he didn't look so hot, and Canelo looked really good in the Jacobs fight. He looked really good in the Kovalev fight. So we've only seen Canelo increasing and even moving up in weights and looking good. And especially as he's moving down now, it seems like he's, stronger. He's in his physical prime. He's having time to move down. And Triple G, he has time as well, but it may be towards recovery. It may just be to further decline. And I don't think Triple G's a bad fighter. I think he's top 3 in the division easily. But I just don't think that it's going to favor him with Canelo having already gone 24 rounds with him. He knows the distance. He knows the timing. He knows his habits. He has an excellent camp behind him. And I just think Triple G hasn't looked great with Banks. So I don't see this being a great come-out fight unless he can, revive the Triple G of old. So currently I favor Canelo by either like a competitive fight in the sense I think Triple G will still be good. But I just think Canelo will win like an 8-4 or a 9-3 type of fight, or possibly, down him with a body shot, because we saw Derevyanchenko hurt Triple G to the body, and the ref kind of jumped in for no reason and didn't call it down. He just blocked it against Derevyanchenko. So I think he can be hurt to the body, especially now with counter punches and Canelo knocking out Kovalev. Clearly he has power. So.
Yeah, I remember being pissed
off. Hold on. That's why the fuck I said this is the prospect of the year. Great fucking breakdown. Great fucking breakdown. But Intangible, before you go, I gotta let LA. He's been waiting patiently. I gotta let him jump in there. But LA, first question, because you just coming in, so you gotta give your response to this. Floyd Mayweather coming back to fight Broner. And before I go through this whole song and spiel like I did before, listen. Broner supposedly owed Haymon money. This would be a showcase fight for Floyd coming back, and they pushing it because we ain't had nothing off the coronavirus. What you think? Floyd Mayweather versus Broner. You think it happens? Of course, we know who you think wins, but what you think about that?
Well, first, I want to say what's up to everybody on the panel and on the chat. And second, I want to say IBT stole all my fucking answers right now. Every little detail. I don't even know if I can add anything to that. But anyways, back to Broner, back to Broner and Floyd. To me, that's like a yawn for me. I don't even want to entertain that. You know what I mean? So I know it's something that somebody somebody's gonna want to watch just because there ain't shit going on or whatever. But I mean, they just doing it for money now. It's not even there's no glory or pride behind that. It's just I see that as these fans are stupid. Let's just take their money. That's the way I look at it. They're looking at it as we're stupid. So I don't even want to entertain that shit.
I feel you, bro. I feel you. I'm biased or biased.
Yeah.
Talk in the building. Was just about to set up a fire live, but I'm gonna chill. Hey man, you know what I'm biased? That's so funny, bro. Red Glove went right before I was about to set this up, and then I went right before you. So look, I'm biased. You should. Well, it ain't even no room, but I'm gonna drop this one. Not right now, but give us a little time because I got another topic I want to talk about. But I'm not going to rock out because I'm going to start again probably. We're going to go over the Bias Live and then we're going to play Hop Lives, let everybody get some talk time in. But so my thoughts on this, and I agree with Raider LA. The fucking IBT, bro. Fucking excellent breakdown, dog. You didn't leave room to say much more. Because you really touched on all the points. The decline of GGG, and it was very visible in that Derevyanchenko fight. The body, I was going to speak on that too because Canelo's an excellent body puncher. You got to think if Derevyanchenko hurt GGG to the body, it's very possible that Canelo stops GGG to the body. It's very possible because he digs in, right? So, but even still, I don't see Canelo losing to a GGG. Not coming off of, like IBT mentioned, the strength. Bro, he's visibly stronger. I've been watching him on his post hit that damn heavy bag. And look, the heavy bags are not fake, guys. These heavy bags are heavy bags. And when you see the power that he's hitting that goddamn thing with, woo! If that hits GGG's ribs, oh my.
Yeah. Also, for some reason, I always sort of thought this and was sort of confused by Triple G being with Jonathan Banks and going to the Kronk family. I never really understood that move. I don't really think that they're a really great match.
Yeah.
See that's one thing that I was gonna say too. How you guys saying that he's on a decline or whatever. He is on a decline, but the fight with Derevyanchenko, I don't think it was much as a decline fight. I think it was more of a he's just got a new trainer and he's learning all these new things from this guy, So he has to implement that in the ring, and he's used to his whole life fighting one way, and all of a sudden you have this guy telling you, "Hey, don't fight this way, fight this way." So that's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons that he didn't look as well as he was supposed to. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not just because of the decline. It's like when you're a basketball player and you go into a whole new offense, whole new team, or like LeBron when he went to the Heat or whatever, like us all new team, they're gonna lose their first couple of games. You know what I mean? So
they lost that finals because of LeBron averaging 17 points and getting shut down by JJ Barea. But go on.
No, I'm not. No, but I'm just saying that's a team effort. I'm just putting an analogy. This guy is one by himself in the ring, trying to learn all these new things. Just like Oscar Valdez, when he went in with Edwin Reynoso, he looks a little different. He's not the same fighter. He doesn't look like he wants to let go. Right. He doesn't want to let go when he needs to let go. He looks like he's like stuck sometimes. Like, oh shit, I shouldn't do this. I should do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because he's still learning. But when he put it all together, I think I still think it's positive things ahead for Valdez. But yeah, I feel you, Raider. At 36 or 37 years old,
37, 38, honestly, however old Triple G is, you cannot just learn all of that new stuff that Jonathan Banks teaches you. Because Jonathan Banks, if you look at the Kronk gym, they're very good at teaching like really good overall boxing skills. And Triple G is used to aggression. Yep. And he's used to exerting himself. I don't know how they're going to implement their style and mix it in with Triple G and yet sort of try to give him this ageless feel to his game. I don't know.
Correct. I agree with that 100%. Triple G was already a knockout artist. Why are you going to go, that's your A game. Why are you going to go with somebody that's going to teach you that? You should go with somebody that's going to teach you something different. Not you already had that perfected. Why are you going to go over there and try to learn how to knock somebody out when you already know how to do that?
Yeah. Yeah. So Scott Brown says Mayweather versus Broner is as close to fix as you can get. How many punches will Broner throw and also land? That's a fact, bro. I mean, yeah, I feel you, Scott. I mean, you know, it's a foregone conclusion. That's why I was saying with that fight, there's no suspense. I like fights where there's suspense, where either guy can win. You know, like Fury Joshua. Either guy can win that fight. You know what I mean? Like, so I like that type of fight. But Mayweather Broner, there's no fucking suspense in that fight. It would be a super, super upset if Broner was to go in there and beat Floyd Mayweather. Like, come on, let's be real. Like,
yeah, it'd be awful. I'm like,
yeah.
Bullshit. Then we're gonna see this dude clamoring for big fights after that. Like, oh man, this is bad.
Yeah,
I think the funniest possible result would be AB beats Floyd on the scorecards, but gets robbed. I think that would be the funniest absolute. Like he, you know, by the audience he beats him, but in the official scorecards he doesn't, and he would just be complaining about it for the rest of his career.
I beat that boy.
Hey, Prime Fighting Champion said first GGG fight, first Canelo versus GGG fight. GGG missed a lot of power shots. Most of his counter punches were jams. Not a win or a draw was correct.
Right, I'm telling you guys, like the reason why I had Canelo winning that fight is because Triple G was aggressive, but he wasn't landing any of his shots. I mean, most of his flurries, he would land like 1 out of 6 of his shots, if that. All right, Canelo's defense was tight, but he was much more accurate than Triple G, even though his output was not as great.
Yeah. And
he was just doing a good job walking Triple G into, you know, those left hooks and even those jabs, because Canelo was doing a good job with his jab. He has a pretty underrated jab.
My man, Mike said that don't mean much. Look at Tyson Fury. Look like shit versus amateur like Otto Wallin, but look good versus Wilder. Styles make fights, baby. All right, Mike. I hear you, Mike. Mike say,
hey, and
go ahead.
Oh no, like I was saying, you know, like I've said this before many times. You know, a lot of people say it was a controversial fight, you know, Triple G and Canelo, but it wasn't much a controversial fight as it was a controversial one damn scorecard is what made it controversial, you know. Or else the fight would have been if it wasn't for that card, then it you know, it would have been like, okay, you know, he didn't get robbed or he did get robbed, or you know, Canelo won, this guy didn't win. But just that stupid scorecard fucked everything up, and it made it a controversial fight, which is not a controversial fight.
I had Canelo winning. I had Canelo winning, but I was honestly okay with the draw. I thought neither guy necessarily did enough to actually really convincingly win the fight. But like Canelo won on my scorecard, but I thought both guys were sort of. I didn't think both guys really did enough. I didn't think you could argue that Canelo didn't really do enough to take it from the champ. With his output and with him sort of, you know, fizzling away in sort of the middle rounds or in some of the middle rounds, and Triple G not really landing much, you know, I don't know. It was a confusing fight.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this, man. GGG, the way I see it, GGG in this fight, man, it's going to be bad for him. No disrespect, Mike. I know that's your man, but I know Styles make fights. I hear all of that, but just like IBT said, which is another good point that he put out there, we're seeing Canelo get better and we're seeing GGG decline. That's not usually a recipe for a guy that's going to come back in a trilogy and win a fight. And so,
also, let's just be honest, Triple G's style is not good for the one Canelo has now. Canelo's style is made to get inside and counter your shots and be able to just basically use your physicality against you and slip your shots. That is his main strength, and Triple G just buys into that entirely, and he's gotten better since.
Right. And here's one point that the great IBT didn't bring up. When you think about what I was saying about Fury and Wilder in the trilogy, right? And we talk about how much can GGG adjust versus how much Canelo can adjust and adapt, and you know what I mean? And he's losing there too. You know, he's losing because Canelo's going to be able to do different things, come a different. But how many different ways have we even seen GGG come? he's only going to come but one or two ways. And Canelo has learned this guy. He's fought him twice already. And he's going to do different things. So it's just like the odds are really stacked against him, especially with Canelo being in his prime, stronger than he was in the first two fights.
And I don't mean to say that like that he's one-dimensional even, because I think he could fight on the back foot or go forward. I just think that the tools that he has don't really fit well into the tools that Canelo has recently sharpened. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
Triple G can fight on the back foot. He can't fight on the back foot. I mean, when has Triple G effectively fought on the back foot?
Well, he
never, because he's always had the because aside from Canelo, he's always had the physical advantages over his opponent.
I was just about to say he was always coming forward, beating the hell out of him. So we never really got the opportunity to see him have to fight off the back foot. That's what I was getting ready to say. So I mean,
but also you have to understand when Danny Jacobs was using his physicality. Actually, I will say Danny Jacobs had similar physical traits to Triple G, but Triple G or Danny Jacobs, who fights, or who actually weighs more than Triple G and fights very physically on the inside. When he was on the inside with Triple G, he was beating his ass in the later rounds. When Triple G was in the pocket and when he was pushing him back and Danny Jacobs was coming forward, he was beating Triple G's ass because Triple G doesn't know how to transition his weight when he's on the back foot to the front foot. And his only real way of actually being able to create shots for himself is if he's able to slip and move and counter you off of your shots on his guard, basically, and those counter hooks.
Yeah, but I will say though, he still pressed forward, which is why he got the nod of that fight because. Again, we still didn't get, even against Jacobs, you don't really get the opportunity against pretty much anyone. You didn't get the opportunity to see that GGG, see how he fights off the back foot. I will say this too. I'm not going to judge one fight with Canelo and say that he can't fight off the back foot though. I'm not going to say that because that's basically, if we come back full circle, the fact that we haven't seen him have to fight off the back foot. The only opportunity that we got to see any of that was versus Canelo. I'm not going to say that he can't fight off the back foot. We really don't know. But I still don't, regardless of that, him being able to fight off the back foot, it was a good point about him transitioning his weight coming off the back foot. That's a good point. You just can't win against Canelo with those flaws, bro. With those type of flaws and the decline. And the two initial fights being as close as they were, come on, bro. I don't see GGG winning this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your problem.
Yeah, and I want to ask you guys something. Do you guys think Canelo's in his prime now, or you think he can still get a little bit better before he's in his prime?
I don't think he's plateaued yet. That's the interesting thing is I don't think that Canelo is plateaued yet. I think that he's not reached his ceiling yet. I think that he still has there's some upside. And I think a fighter is in his full prime when, he peaks out. I don't think Canelo's peaked yet. Yeah,
Alvarez actually started boxing at 13? He started kind of late, especially for a great boxer.
Who started late?
Canelo. He started at 13 or 14.
He started his pro career at 15.
Yeah,
right. But he also started boxing earlier.
Yeah,
and he didn't have much of an amateur background. That's why he was brought up so slow. But I mean, I really don't know if Canelo has really plateaued. I think he'll start to plateau at maybe 30, 31. But I mean, I don't think his style requires that much. I don't think it requires such physical exertion and such great athleticism to the point where it's going to cost him so much. I think he's going to add new wrinkles to his game. But at the same time, I don't know.
I don't know how slow he was brought up, actually, IBT, because if you think about it, even though 7 years in, at 23, he's fighting Floyd. It's almost like
right.
That's not really, I mean, I don't know. And then he fought some decent names before the Floyd fight. So I'm not saying, I can't really say that he was brought up slow.
Right, but you also have to understand he was 6 years into his career before he got his first title shot against Matthew Hatton, and he had already fought 37 times.
Yeah, but against who though? You know what I mean?
Right. He was brought up kind of slowly. It took him a while to really, get those wrinkles and actually build himself up to that level.
That's what he means by brought up slowly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
Can you guys hear me fine?
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily saying he was mismanaged, but I mean he had to be.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
That was Intangible was the one who said that he had to be brought up slowly, and I think what he meant by that was the fact that he had a high amount of professional fights before he finally stepped to world level. But that's because, like you were saying, he started at 13, had an amateur career of like 40, 50 fights, turned pro at 15, and then that was basically his unofficial amateur career because he just wanted to get into it.
Yeah, no doubt. GGG, Willie Boy Slipping Move said GGG slowing down with his pressure style. He's getting tagged a lot more and walking into shots. That's a fact. And you could see that a lot in the Steve Rose fight. Because Steve Rose, I said that before, like Steve Rose should not have tagged GGG up that much. And if GGG gets hits with shots from Canelo, like Steve Rose was tagging him up, that chin might give away. That man's been through a lot of punishment. And that chin, at some point in time, sometimes that chin just goes crack. And I see GGG put down in this fight. Oh, shit. Hold on for a second. Okay. So Flame on 2-4, and I haven't seen this probably because I've been on live all day since I woke up, but Tank got in a wreck and messed his hand up. Wow.
I'm trying to look this up. I haven't found much stuff on it. Like I'm not even really hearing
I try to.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, I tried to look it up earlier. I didn't find anything either.
I'll tell y'all one thing. Let me say this. This is just something that we could talk about hypothetically because it's a possibility that it did happen, but let's just talk about this hypothetically. If this happens to Tank Davis and say he messes his hand up where he's going to be out for a while, right? And it's no telling, like messing your hands up, you use your hands to punch in this game, right? So it's no telling what that hand will feel like when he comes back. This is an example of why you shouldn't fuck around with your career because in time, something like this can happen. And Tank Davis, if his hand is messed up and this causes him too much time, his career is absolutely blown, and he has not really proven himself.
Let me
is
just.
Is there any chances that Spence was
one at a time? Let Jedi go, Intangible, and then Raider. Go ahead, Jedi.
Let me just let you guys know something real quick about Tank Davis. I give up on Tank Davis the moment he said that the Lomachenko fight needs to be marinated. I don't believe in that kid. Never will. I'm sorry.
All right. Yeah. To talk about the Gervonta situation, if he did get in a car accident, it doesn't seem serious because I just went on his Instagram and he posted a story like 27 minutes ago of him going out to dinner or something like that. So, right.
Well, I think,
and I also heard something about that like an hour before. So whatever.
Yeah, I think Flame On just said Goodfella TV's Flame On. Man, look, let me tell you something, dog. CK, look, I thought you like read that in the article or something like that. Man, that dude wild, dog. I don't got nothing against that dude or nothing like that, but man, if you drop something in this damn comment chat, I don't want receipts to be for non or Goodfella TV. I want
that's facts, bro.
Chill or fucking you know what I mean, boxing scene or something like that, bro.
bro, but imagine if that actually happened. Think about that. El Jefe's two favorite boxers that he has spent so much time just defending on YouTube both get into car accidents. If that actually happened.
Oh my gosh, where the hell is El Jefe is on hiatus right now, bro? I haven't heard from him in a minute. What is he doing? I don't know. Willie Boy Slipping Move said GGG is the style that gets old overnight. I respect the man immensely, though. Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. I mean, that is the kind of style that when everything breaks down, it's like, wow, this guy's gone. He's done. Like, it's not a lot to lean on with that kind of style. Guys like Floyd Mayweather and Oscar and these guys, they had things that they could lean on getting old. That come forward, beat them down, bruise them up style. When it's over, it's over. And that overnight thing looks really pathetic when that happens.
Hey, D, can I ask the panel a question real quick, all you guys?
Sure you can.
All right, check it out, man. I was thinking about this the other day, right? If you were Canelo's trainer, what can you add? Like, if you were his new trainer, right? And be like, what kind of skills can you add to him right now?
Jab.
That's a difficult question. Yeah, but Triple G already has a great jab. And also, another thing you have to understand is you can't just teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about Canelo, not Triple G.
Oh, Canelo. What can you add to Canelo's game?
Yeah, Canelo. You don't want to talk about Triple G jab intangible. Come on, man.
Not much. Not much.
But you can improve his jab. Go ahead, 1-2.
Yeah, not much. I mean, his only issue is his like when his feet movement, like his upper body movement is great, but he's got that knee problem. So I mean, he's basically better in everything else he can in the process. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully that don't affect him later on in his career. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to see him go out like other guys did when their knees started going bad. That'd be bad, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I like watching him fight. I think the guy's super talented, man. And I think he's getting better, man. He's only getting better. There's not much bad you could say about the dude. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, man, go get it. You know? I think what do y'all think? Y'all think what can he work on to get better?
I would fix his long range fighting. You know what I mean? Because that's why there's a blueprint. To beat Canelo.
Yeah,
that's fighting him long range.
Yeah,
his long,
that is the thing I would improve in Canelo's game, his long range game. Because if you look at the guys that have really given him trouble the most, Lara, Floyd, they have all given Canelo a lot of problems because of the fact that they have good footwork and they can fight on the outside. I'd probably improve Canelo's ability to sort of cut off the ring.
Right.
Okay, maybe I'd try to get him to double up his jab a little bit more and sort of bring in a little bit more output, bring a little bit more unpredictability to his shots. Because his shots are just counters and, just waiting for your opponent to walk into you. And I mean, most of the time it's effective, but if you get somebody who can fight you out of range, that's a lot harder to do.
He fights spurts, but them guys had good reflexes too.
Yeah,
insanely good reflexes.
That's why the first thing I said. That's why the first thing I said was the jab. I mean, because if anything you could complain about would be, him fighting from the outside. But when you see, a jab is everything, man. A jab is everything. It can get you inside. It can confuse your opponent. You can get reactions from him. You understand? So you perfect that jab. That's why fighters like Hearns and Larry Holmes and, even GGG, Kovalev. This is why these guys were so effective. You perfect that jab, you work on that jab, you automatically open up that outside game. And not only that, you can work your way inside a lot easier. So if anything, you work on his jab. I mean, Canelo doesn't really have too many flaws. The knee issues like 1-2 talked about, but that jab, bro, you open up his jab and this makes him an even more dangerous fighter.
Yeah, but what makes the jab?
What's up, fam?
Oh, my bad. I mean to cut you off. I thought you was done.
No, I was a boxer Algorithm. But go ahead.
Well, I mean, but that's what I mean about his knee is when if he uses his jab in order, because he has a kind of like a shorter reach in the divisions he's fighting in, you need that explosiveness to pop in there and to use that jab. So I mean, it starts with your feet. So like, I mean, he's got a great jab if a guy's coming at him or if the dude's stationary. But he, even though his jab is accurate, it's difficult to land on guys that are just longer, where you got to close the distance. If you know what I mean, if you're only fighting in spurts.
Like you got you got guys like when I speak of entrances, I'm not talking about coming down the aisle with, rappers and shit. No, or what I mean of entrance is working off the jab, or setting the trap and then boom, being explosive. Right. My example here, you have Evander Holyfield, beautiful example for entrance. You also have Sugar Ray Leonard, which no one has actually, mentioned, but he's like a grandmaster at entrances. The way he used to work off his jab.
And also Durant.
Yeah, Durant was great for inside. I'm talking about long range entrances, because this is what Canelo needs. Canelo needs to learn how to be evasive from long range fighters, as well as making his entrances from long range in order for him to fight, which is his power base, his medium and inside. So he's really got to work on the outside the most out of anything. You can work on a jab. A jab is great. That he should have that in his tool shed, no doubt. But the long range fighting, he needs to complete that, because if he can't fight mid range and inside all the time. You've got guys that love to run, which is what a lot of guys like to call it. You know what I mean? But in reality, it's not running; it's playing tag. That's what boxing is. It's playing physical tag, and he needs to learn how to do this, because he's a specialist on the inside and medium range. But long range, he really, really needs to graduate that.
Hey,
also, I'm gonna be honest.
Hold on, right quick. Willie Boy Slip and Move made a good point. I'm gonna let y'all speak on this. He said, in my opinion, outside fighters don't want to fight him, as they don't trust the judges to box Canelo.
Yeah, I agree with him on that. Yeah. This is why I always say. When you fight Canelo, you can't fight him on the inside and give these judges, if this is where we're going on, through that theory, you can't give these judges any excuses to say, well, it was a hard fight to judge because it was on the inside. This is why Floyd won. Okay, and on many eyes, Laura did too, because they did the same thing. They fought him from the outside. They avoided medium and inside fighting with him. You can't give any of these judges that excuse where, oh yeah, well, it was a hard fight to call because it was on the inside, but Canelo was more explosive. Bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Bullshit, because it comes from the same theory with the GGG fights as well. That was a medium to close range fight all day. But then on the outside, GGG, his entrances, working off his jabs, he was catching Canelo in both fights. This is exactly why a lot of people can't really call it or really, like, you know what I'm saying, like, really call them two fights, simply because you had a style from GGG who was working off the jab and his entrances beating Canelo from long range to medium, as where you had Canelo beating him from the inside to medium. You understand?
To medium, exactly. Yeah.
That's perfect.
So my opinion is that Canelo, a lot of people bring up that he can't fight on the outsides, because you look back at Mayweather and Lara, but if you think about it, that was like 6 years ago, whatever, how long ago that was. Right. Canelo has vastly improved his outside game, and one in particular was Daniel Jacobs. Daniel Jacobs is a crafty fighter that fights at a distance. He's real crafty, and Canelo had really improved on his outside game. If you go back and look at his fight, he was defensively moving his head a lot. He was sleeping a lot of jabs. His defense game was on top notch against Daniel Jacobs, and frustrated Daniel
against
Jacobs.
A good jab.
Right.
Against a good jabber, yeah. So that's one thing.
Can I retort?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so now you have Daniel Jacobs, who, if you do the research and shit, his whole game plan was opposite of that. He wanted to test Canelo. Because remember, he said he was stronger than Canelo, so he wanted to test him on the inside, and he fought the wrong fight. This is exactly why Canelo took advantage and fought him on the outside. I can't really make that comparison in that fight there, brother.
Hey,
no, Daniel Jacobs fought him on the outside.
Because Raider and Tangible, real quick, let me get to the chat because I got a couple of people that stepped in. I'm gonna get back to y'all real quick. Ringside Boxer stepped in the building. What's up? He says Canelo has a granite chin. That's a fact. Alistair 49 then stepped in the building. What's up, Alistair 49? Jacobs was overrated but made millions. Successful black man. Okay, Alistair. And my man, Unbiased Boxing Talk says GGG was missing hella shots with his jab. That's the issue. He said, and Canelo can fight on the outside. He was beating Jacobs' ass. Okay, guys. So I just wanted to read those comments.
Also,
so
I want to say this real quickly because Canelo, I'm going to be honest, I don't think Canelo necessarily needs to fight on the outside more than he does need to learn how to sort of close the distance or find a way to close the distance, because the guys he's facing already mostly fight at range, first of all, and second of all, they're much longer than he is. I mean, they usually have a longer reach, better footwork. Well, I wouldn't say better footwork, but quicker feet, and they like to keep their distance, like Saunders, like Smith even, and Benavidez and Dimitri Bivol. All of those guys like to fight at range. And, I mean, even if Canelo learns how to fight at long range, or even if he does know how to do it, he's always going to be at a disadvantage because of that. So he needs to cut off the ring. And also, he does still struggle at long range, because the Kovalev fight, where Kovalev was having his best success, was on the outside because Canelo wasn't really cutting off the ring that well. And even when he was, Kovalev was just hitting him with that jab off the ropes.
Yeah, but a lot of that has to do with Kovalev being a light heavyweight. Canelo was a little bit more cautious.
That's my point. That's my point.
Yeah, but
when he's
but if he fights, yeah, but that's light heavyweight. That's I'm talking about when he's fighting these guys at 160.
And this is
going up to 168.
And this is exactly why when we speak on Canelo, gentlemen, without getting cut off, and I'm glad, and this is exactly what I was waiting for. This is the mind that blows everybody's legs off. This is exactly why when we speak on Canelo, we have to be careful in what we speak on, because exactly what LA Raider said, you said it, this is verbatim. But that's like heavyweight. Exactly. And then it's 168, and then it's 160, and then it's 155. So when we look at Canelo, we can't really base him at where to stay stationary at. So this is exactly why I say that his real problem is long range. Because now what happens when he comes down? Supposedly they're supposed to be a Charlo fight or whatever. Now we can't take nothing away from Charlos, because they can fight from long range to medium. They suck on the inside. Oh my God, they do. That's Canelo's bread money. But
hold, Jamal. I'm not too sure about Jamal, but we'll get on that in a second.
No. But he'll fight the smaller one first. We all know this. He'll fight the smaller one first. So this is exactly what I'm saying. The smaller one has a lot. He has a lot of potholes.
Well, against
minutes. Hold on.
Yeah. So against Daniel Jacobs was fighting at distance, and Canelo was just dodging him, slipping all his punches using heavy movement, his defense.
Right.
And with Kovalev, the reason why I brought up Kovalev is because every fight you fight with a different fighter, right? You fight a different game plan.
Exactly.
It's not the same game plan for every fighter.
And this is exactly why he needs to get his outside game up. Because every fight is different. So now what happens when he runs into somebody that's really crafty on there, like another Mayweather? That fight is done. That fight is done.
That fight was not no inside fight game.
My friend,
that fight was at a distance.
My friend, that fight is done. I'm talking about him getting, because you did ask the question, right? You did ask the question. What is it that we think that we can add on to Canelo's?
No, yeah, correct.
All right, so this is exactly what I'm saying. I'm not talking about Jacobs. That fight's done. What happens now if he doesn't get his outside game up? What happens when he either goes up or drops down or stays wherever he's at? He meets somebody like, let's just say if he goes to stays 168, right? He fights a Benavidez, right? What happens then if he doesn't get that game up? If he doesn't know how to defend from the outside either? Let's just say somebody might do their homework, watch fight tapes, and watch how Mayweather did it, and do it to him that way as well. This is exactly what I'm saying, because you said it yourself. You said every fight is different. Exactly, my friend.
Yeah, well, Benavidez is not a good point, because Benavidez, he doesn't fight at a distance. He fights coming forward, actually.
Hold on, Jedi, let him talk, man.
A better opponent that would fit your criteria would be probably a Billy Joe Saunders, who does fight at a distance, who's a crafty fighter. He comes in and out, boxes in and out, and it always keeps his distance. That'll be that would be a harder fight for Canelo for a distance fight. But I mean, I respect your opinion. You said that's what he needs to work on, and I respect that. I mean, everybody has their own opinions. But what I'm saying is that people are stuck on how when Canelo fought Mayweather and Lara way back like 6 years ago, and he's not the same fighter as that. He's drastically, not drastically, but he improved a lot on distance when he fought Daniel Jacobs.
Hey, real quick, Jedi. Hey, Raider, you better
what up?
You better pull out the scorecards for that fight happening in your house, dog.
Let me ask you a quick question. Does Canelo still get hit a lot on the outside? And that goes to the whole panel.
I don't see especially
no.
He had good defense.
No,
his defense is on point.
A lot on the outside. No, he dips and rolls a lot of shots, bro.
Yeah,
so
he gets
right.
He gets hit very rarely.
Okay, so he gets hit, but very rarely, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when you said Benavidez was a very bad example. You got to understand, just like you said, every fight is different. What makes you think, just like Daniel Jacobs switched up his style and wanted to fight on the inside and then switched up his game and decided on the fly to fight on the outside? We all seen it. He switched up. What makes you think that Benavidez won't do the same? Because Benavidez...
What was your question again? I'm sorry about that. Hold on. No, he said that Daniel Jacobs wanted to fight on the inside, but he fought on that side.
No, that was my question. You guys answered it already.
Real quick, I'm biased on Biased Boxing Talk backstage. I'm getting ready to drop off. I'm gonna let him come on. But listen, guys, I want y'all to go one at a time and before I leave, I want to let my man Flame on and Unbiased. Let them get in the mix of this, guys. And y'all go over the panel. I'm getting ready to let Unbiased on. Flame on, go ahead and dig in on this a little bit.
Okay, what was the question, bro? I salute the panel and everybody on 1-2 Kid, LA.
What's cracking? What's up?
Unbiased, what's up?
What's up? No, everybody answered the question already. If Canelo gets hit on the outside, everybody already answered. They said
you was talking about the way Benavidez would fight him.
Yeah, I'm just saying because he LA said that every fight is not the same. Nobody fights the same fight. So I'm saying off of his words. Right? Because he said Benavidez is a bad example. What makes him think that Benavidez won't switch up? You know what I mean? What makes you think that Benavidez...
I can answer that. I can answer that.
Hold on. So you saying what would make Benavidez fight on the back foot, basically?
No.
Because he's a pressure fighter, isn't he?
It's not. That's not what we're talking about. Because you came in a little late. The problem here is he was talking about Canelo improving, and I'm saying that Canelo has to get his outside game up. You know what I mean? Because whether he stays up or drops down, wherever, because we can't really call what division he's in because he keeps going up and down, right? Mm-hmm. Every fight is going to be different. We all agree to that. So I'm telling him, in order for him to be a much better fighter, because that was the question he asked, what do we think we think that we can add on to Canelo to improve? I told him his outside game. Canelo has to improve making his entrances, from the outside. He's great.
I mean, honestly, I don't really think that kind of makes sense because everybody said he gets hit rarely fighting on the outside, and his foot movement and his head movement puts him in position where he wants to be at. So correct. I mean, it would be a good thing to add it, but he don't need it because he kind of like how Mike Tyson used to get on the inside on people that was way taller. I wouldn't expect Canelo to learn how to fight on the outside. The dude's 5'9", but his skill set, his foot movement, and his head movement, his body work is gonna get him where he gotta get. His jab is gonna get him where he gotta get. So he don't have to fight on the outside. A lot of these people switch their game plan up when they fight him because, for one, it's hard to hit him.
Right.
For two, a lot of the fighters he fought, they taller than him, so they got to fight small. And if you're not real seasoned or disciplined like that, then you not gonna use your height and range. You know what I mean? And then the dude can punch. Like I was watching Unbiased video, his head movement, he slipped the hook or something. I don't know what Jacobs threw. I think it was a left hook or something. He moved and Jacobs fell.
Right.
So
now you do notice though when Canelo does go in, this is why I'm saying he has to switch his game up. He has to do a little bit. He gets hit going in, and that's not on the often, but he does get and those shots, the ones you don't see, which are the ones you just coming in, gets hit a lot. So when you ask a question, right, and you give it, an answer or whatever, everybody's talking jabs and stuff like that. We all agree Canelo has jabs. We all agree. I'm telling you, and it can be an opinion, you can take as a fact or whatever, because it was already agreed on upon, people on the panel, that Canelo needs to learn how to get in. He can swerve his head, he can do whatever he wants with his movement, fine. But he needs to learn how to work in, because it's always the same entrance. It's always jab, it's always jab, hook, jab, body. Right, he's got to learn if he's gonna move, be evasive. He can swerve, then throw a hook. That's what I'm talking about.
Hold
on. That was my only argument. I'm not saying Canelo sucks. My whole thing was that Canelo just needs to switch up his pattern on entrances. That's it. There's really no argument.
The only person here have a problem with that is against a person who moves around a lot.
Hey guys, real quick. Let's let Unbiased get in here. I want to hear what Unbiased got to say about this. I'm gonna let IBT back in.
Yeah, so I mean, I was just listening in, but Canelo actually has a variation of ways that he does get in on the inside. I mean, and it's being a lot of like boxing trainers will actually teach you some of the Canelo's movements to get in on the inside, and also his hand feints. I mean, a lot of the things he does are his own, like, how Roy Jones has his own way, then Lomachenko has his own way, Canelo also has his own way. I mean, and then Floyd has his own way too. I mean, some of the feints and things that he does is just Canelo-esque. So he has a variety of ways that he could get in on the inside. He's done it. And he uses his jab to actually get on the inside. He's done that. He did it with Triple G, but Triple G is a come forward fighter. So with come forward fighters, you don't really technically need to find a way in because they're coming to you. So if they're coming to you, you don't need to find a way in. You could slip in, and that's what Canelo does. But if we're just saying that, and that's the issue, well, there's a multitude of fights that you can look at as him having a variety of ways to get in. He's done it before. But if you're a come forward fighter on Canelo, he's going to make you do majority of the work and come to him so you can just get in. So,
all right, let me ask you guys a question here, since I've noticed a lot of guys like Canelo.
Hey, real quick before you say that, I never gave my answer of what Canelo needs to improve on.
But I say that? Can I talk about that? I think that.
Hold on. Hold on. Let me say it first before you say it. Because you might beat me to it. Stamina. Yeah, stamina. That's what it was.
Spurts. Yeah.
That was the main thing. The stamina.
I agree. He fights in spurts. That's the biggest. And you know what? If he didn't, because I'm gonna be honest, in the first Triple G fight, I thought Canelo was washing Triple G in the early rounds. Like it wasn't. It was
schooling him.
Yeah, it wasn't competitive until Canelo started to gas, and that right there is his big problem. That's why if he were to fight and campaign at 175, I truly believe that like a better Beeve will knock him out. A Bivol, I think Bivol at 175, I think Bivol will stop him. Like, cause he has a good chin, but when that stamina, that shit's gone, you're gonna get pieced out of there.
And a lot of people don't bring that up. They know that he did gas out against the first Triple G fight, and he caught a second win in the last rounds, and that's when he was able to get more points off making a closer fight.
You know what's funny?
That's probably why he lost the muscle. That's kind of like how AJ was with Ruiz. See, y'all ain't mentioning the fact that he was bulky as hell in the first Triple G fight, and for him to even be able to move like that with all that muscle, I mean, he was gassing though. But the second fight, he slimmed down with as far as the muscles. And he had pretty decent stamina to me in that fight.
I was just about to say that. I noticed he had pretty good stamina. I mean, to me, Canelo got pretty good stamina. It's just him fighting in spurts like that. He's resting at the wrong time. That's just what I feel.
I agree.
Right.
That's
but
what
when he
explodes.
How do y'all
feel about his stamina in the Jacobs fight?
Well, it's kind of weird because remember the Chavez fight? I don't know if you guys remember. He didn't sit down in between rounds. He was just standing up.
Yeah, he don't know. He's washed. He knows.
Well, he didn't have to worry about anything coming back. That's why.
No, but still, I mean, he's still throwing punches. You know what I mean?
I just recently watched that Jacobs fight. In the later rounds, Jacobs actually was landing some decent blows on Canelo because of his stamina.
Yeah,
that's his problem, man. His stamina is really his problem, bro.
I gotta peep that. But let me ask you guys a very important question. Do you think that Canelo is the greatest Mexican fighter or ever will be?
Nah.
Okay. So you guys don't put him over Chavez Sr. at all?
No.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, I am speaking to boxing fans. Thank God. Okay, no doubt. Just wanted to make sure, guys, because I've ran into some crazy shit, bro.
No, I just think Canelo's good for this generation. That's about it, you know.
Thank you.
When it comes to skill set, because people used to think like Lomachenko. People thought I was a Lomachenko hater back in the day, like a bunch of people. And same with Canelo. People used to call me a big time Canelo hater. But he grew on me, and then I actually like his skill sets, and they got better. So I give him his recognition. Same with Lomachenko. So that's just how I
am. You know what the another question would be is can he be the best Mexican?
It depends on. I mean, to me, like if he gets Andrade on his resume, if he get a Charlo,
bro, hell, fuck that. No, you gotta do more than a damn Andrade and Charlo.
No, I ain't. I'm just saying, just because he's a champion, and maybe if he can get a Benavidez or Beterbiev,
there you go. I would close out 168.
I think he needs. I think he needs to be undisputed at 160, and at 168 he's got to get it like maybe unify up there, and maybe another title at 175, like towards the end of his career, you know, or something.
He's got to close.
He could be up there,
and that's the whole thing. He could snatch 2 titles just real quick if fucking Andre and fucking Charlo would just fight. Then that would better their shot at getting a shot towards him. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't think Charlo already. Are we saying an Andrade and Charlo win puts him as one of the best?
No, I'm talking.
No, it's just a name to put on his resume.
Yeah,
right?
that's my thing.
They are
that's
champions.
My thing. Yeah, but that's my thing.
Let me get this in right quick. If I would say if Canelo goes undisputed at 160, right? Mm-hmm. and then unifies at 165, to talk about. I'm gonna let IBT back in.
Yeah, I think 168 would probably be the tougher division to unify. They're bigger guys than Canelo.
Yeah,
and I think universally people will be like, "Oh shit, you beat David Benavidez and Caleb Plant versus you beat Andrade and Charlo." You know what I mean?
Right. He would have.
It might look better on paper, but those guys are pretty green up there too, though. At 168.
And you know what? Here's the thing though. Like I don't know if I told him bias. Like Canelo is almost favored in 3 weight classes, but like only, say maybe 2 guys like Bivol and Beterbiev.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
now,
fucking crazy.
If he became undisputed at 170, the conversation's over for me.
Yeah,
because you'd be fucking Beterbiev and Bivol. Like that's
even if Bivol came down from 168 and he fought him, I would put him up because I think Bivol could make 168 easy.
Well, he wanted
to small 175.
He wanted to fight him. He had mentioned that, but they ain't want it. I mean, you know, that's why
I'm saying he'll take less money too.
To be honest, with all the fucking flame that Canelo gets, I don't think he would entertain at 168 Bivol. He'd just rather fight him at 175.
I don't know about that, but
be honest with you, I don't. Cause I mean, think about it. He's gonna get a lot of flame. They'll be like, oh, he had a Bivol had to come down at 168, and there's no belt.
But if a guy comes down, you can't knock him. Yeah, he want to do that. He's been talking about it for years. Exactly. That he don't even really belong at 175. So how good is this guy to be campaigning at 175 and to be a champion?
He need to fight Beterbiev though before he makes that leap.
And what I'm saying is that he needs to also close the division at least, unify a damn division at least, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're going up and down. You're confusing me. You know what I mean?
Well, he did unify
He
160.
unified 160.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah. But
What
he's talking about undisputed.
He was unified at both 160 and 154.
He's talking about undisputed though, guys.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, undisputed. Yeah, I mean he was on his way to do that, but the IBF fucking took his belt away
You know what I'm
because
saying?
Oscar De La Hoya.
You got close division.
If he became undisputed at 175, would he be the best Mexican boxer ever?
No, he'll be one of them. He'll be one of
At 175.
Okay.
He'll be
Yeah.
one of
I
them.
would say so. Did
Oh
Chavez
man,
move
dude,
up and do that?
Chavez. Well, not all the way there, but Chavez is a 5-time, right? 5 or 4? No, I forgot. I don't know if he's 4 or 5 weight division. I think he's 5. IBT probably knows more. IBT is a Chavez is a world champion or 4 weight. I don't remember. I don't know if he's 4 or 5 weight.
It's
but
3.
Canelo's a 4 weight. 3?
It's 3. Yeah.
Chavez is 3?
3.
Yeah, I think it is 3. Yeah, I think it's 3. Yeah, because he started at what, super feather, then he went to lightweight, and then he went to super lightweight. Yeah.
I give it to Canelo just based off him doing it at bigger weights and starting off where he started off too.
Boxing Algarete says Marquez is still better, even if he did that.
I was just about to read what he said.
Even if he did that though, like even if he went to 175 and became undisputed there, you still think Marquez is better?
Yeah.
No, hell no.
Wow.
Marquez, hell no.
That's
nah. Marquez. Wow. I mean, Marquez, he's up there, but he's not the best. That's for damn sure.
You guys think Marquez is better than Cesar Chavez?
Hell no.
No,
not at all,
dude.
Hold up, with or without the juice.
Yeah.
Marquez can have all the juice he wants. He can have all CVS. He's not gonna beat Chavez.
I don't know, man. I think Marquez is. Yeah, he's one of my favorite Mexican fighters, man. I love the way that guy fights.
No, he's good. Don't get me wrong. He's up there.
But his
Chavez
was just add up though to Canelo.
I was sitting back listening, guys. Listen, I'm gonna say this. I'm with unbiased 100%. If that motherfucker clean out 175, he in the conversation automatically. I won't let IBT back there.
Yeah, because that's a tough feat, bro. Like that's fucking.
If he closes 175, bro, and is undisputed, bro, then we can say he's one of the greats, kid. But that just catching a title here, then 1 there, and 3 there. I mean, and another divisions and shit. It's like we can't solidify you. You know what I mean? We can't call you.
Hey, but
that was my issue.
Hey, but I like how you say, if he catches a belt here, a belt there, another one here, unify over there, that's not enough.
No, it's not enough. And I never said unify over there. I said catch a belt here, catch a belt there, and there. It's not enough. You have to close it.
Oh, I thought you said.
No.
Unify.
That's what I wanted Manny to do. I wanted Floyd to do that shit. Floyd got close to it. Floyd got close, but they zabbed Judah in that belt situation.
Hey, didn't Canelo have 3 belts at 160?
Yeah,
he did, right?
So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, see, he was one belt away, and then he got stripped by the IBF because of the negotiations, right? And Oscar De La Hoya has fucked it up. That's why he got pissed off at him
too, bro. I mean, this is going to be a certain point where he's going to have to get rid of Oscar, because to tell you the truth, if you looked at GGG when he really when you look at GGG when he was calling Canelo out the first times and shit a couple of years ago, you could see it in Canelo's face. He wanted it, but it was Oscar De La Hoya telling him on the sidelines, let him marinate. Let him marinate. Don't take it now. You can see Canelo biting his lip like, damn, bro, I want to fight this guy now. And this is why every time GGG would say something, he wouldn't look at Canelo. He would look at fucking Oscar and tell him, just give me the belt. Go take a look at that footage again. He's looking right at Oscar, telling him, not Canelo, because he knew Canelo wanted that fight. This is why I have respect for Canelo. But the shit that got me, they've turned off about Canelo on the political side of boxing, bro, which I hate a lot, is that Canelo should have stood for himself and said, look, Oscar, you just make my fights. Make this fight. I'm fighting him now. But no, you know what I'm saying? Since he's golden boy, Canelo probably got in his ear and told him, listen, you do it like this, you do it like that. You be just like me. You be making millions later. I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? And, the young guys are gullible, you know what I'm saying? And since they look at the leader, the guy, the golden boy that's making all this money, of course, this is what they do. You know what I'm saying? They get in their heads. But now you could tell when you look at Canelo, he wants to break free of that. He wants to make fucking gold. He wants to make a Canelo promotion. You know what I'm saying? He wants to do it on his own. You could tell. Am I lying?
Doesn't he have that already? Canelo.
Yeah, but it's like but it's backed up by Golden Boy. You know, because it's always affiliated. Like, Golden Boy Promotions and Canelo Promotions present. You know what I'm saying? Instead of it just being Canelo Promotions presents. You understand what I'm saying? Just one faction.
And I don't remember. I heard an interview. I don't remember how many fights he has left with Golden Boy because they have a contract, and there's a certain amount of fights with Golden Boy, and obviously the Zone.
He needed
but they were there, and the interview.
Like a check.
Yeah, and in the interview with Eddie Reynoso, they asked him if Canelo was gonna do his own promotional stuff, and leave Oscar. And they said, "Oh, well, we're with Oscar right now, and then whatever happens later happens." Meaning, I'm thinking, what I got out of it is like, you know what, that they're gonna be done with it,
I was gonna, since we're talking about marinating and all that, man. What do you think about what Teofimo said about Lomachenko wanting a tune-up, and that Bob told him that that's what Loma wants? You guys think that's true?
I thought it was Tio that wanted a tune-up.
Nah, they're saying that Tio is saying that Lomachenko wants it. I don't know. I got to hear that from Lomachenko before I you know what I'm saying.
Brother, I tell you that fight.
Man,
that fight is gonna
Bob, be. I don't know what to believe with Bob, dude. That fool. I don't know. So with that fool be lying all the time. Or maybe not lying, but he contradicts himself all the time.
That fight is gonna be fireworks, bro. I was one of the first channels to call this fight, bro. I wanted this fight so bad, bro. I'm telling you,
me too.
This fight is gonna right, fellas, right? I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah. You know what though? You know what, LA? If you want to ask Bob, Boxing Jedi, can you get him on the line?
Yeah, sure. Let me Bob. Yeah, what's going on? LA had a question for you. Go ahead, LA. Well,
hey,
you want to hurry the fuck up?
Hey, so what's going on, man? What's up with Tio and Loma?
Okay, well, let me explain to you exactly how it's going down, LA. All right. Okay. Well, the problem here is Lomachenko said that he needs a tune-up simply because his shoulder is sort of giving him a little bit of problems. Me personally, I think that's some chicken shit comment, but we can't go there, right? Now, Teofimo, of course, he has lots of talent. We've got to get these guys together. We all agree on that, right, gentlemen? Of course. The problem here is it's not the money, it's the venue. See, with this COVID-19 shit, we don't know exactly where to put this fight. So we can just talk about it, but I doubt it's going to happen.
That's pretty good, dude.
Thanks, man.
Awesome. That's pretty good. That's good shit.
Thanks.
Hey, OTK, you know who else does a good impersonation? That dude that does Danny Garcia's dad.
Oh yeah, man.
Angel Santos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, me and him was doing Angel with Mike Tyson, bro. I was doing Mike Tyson, he was doing Angel. That shit was crazy.
Oh, dude, hey, you know what would be fucking dope if that fool was to call DSG and argue that Danny lost.
Oh, that would be awesome.
And just pretend like, hey, DSG, we were able to get Angel Garcia on. You want to talk to him? Like, yeah. And they'll be like, hey man, how's it going? That keep Thurman actually won. Oh, dude,
factual facts. He was like factual facts.
I can imagine like, oh yeah, man. On paper in America. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that should have been fucking funny as fuck, dude.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, listen, guys, man, I gotta go, but before I go, speak your mind, man. Listen, man, I just want to tell you, man, thank you for letting me on your live. You know what I'm saying? You guys are fucking awesome. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on the panel, everybody knows this shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody subscribe to everybody. If not, I'm gonna punch you in your face and give you a cinnamon swirl. You know what I'm saying?
And cinnamon swirl.
I'll see you guys.
Hey, peace out, Jedi.
No, brother.
Yeah, D, how long you cooking, man?
Hey, who is that?
That's Boxing
who is
Jedi.
that? Boxing Jedi. All right, cool, man. Nice meeting you. This is my first time talking to this guy. So
no doubt.
good shit, man.
Me
No doubt, you too, brother. All right, guys.
Good stuff, man.
All right, I got
good stuff.
I got
One second. Shout out to my man, my brother, K. Harvey. D in the family. He said, "What's up, D in the family? Appreciate you, K. Harvey. K. Harvey with the $5
Making it rain
in the building.
Shout out to Monkey Kung Fu.
Monkey Kung Fu, yeah, Monkey Kung Fu, man. That's my dude, bro. He came through and dropped a 50 spot. That's Monkey. Monkey is real generous, bro, to a lot of people. That's a good guy.
Yeah, facts. How long you cooking, D? I've been pushing this live back for like.
Man, I got the slow pot. I got the motherfucking crock pot on for you, dog. But if you got a live, I can shut this one down, bro. And everybody run over to 1-2 Kid. Let's let everybody get some love on Cinco de Mayo. You know.
Shit, I was just about to go live too myself, but it don't
Oh
really
yeah, that's
matter.
right. Bias was supposed to go.
Oh shit. All right.
I mean,
well,
you can go. It don't matter.
Since y'all on right now.
We can both go live. It don't matter. You can go live, and I'll go live. Yeah.
I want to get your thoughts. I'm buying starting with you because you always skip out before I get to you, niggas.
Yeah, man. Salute to D Jeff. Another good boxing talk. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to chop it up. Yeah, man. I appreciate you for having me on. You know,
always.
Always love.
Always, dog. Always. My man, Flame 124. What's up, dog? Give me some closing thoughts, man.
Yo, what's up, man? Shit, I just want to appreciate you for letting me on. Always having this good boxing talk on here, man. A lot of learning a lot of things as I go. And I want everybody to enjoy their night and shout out to everybody on the panel, man.
I need some more music too, dog. I need one of them another Lonely Road hits. I like that Lonely Road. I need something else like that, dog. Let's go.
I'm working, man. I got you.
I got you, fam. That's what's up. Raider, give me some closing thoughts, fam.
Hey, man. No, you know what? Thank you, D, for having me on. Everybody on the chat, on the panel, IBT, Unbiased, Flame On, D, and OTK, man. Subscribe to the channels. And, man, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
No doubt,
have
bro.
a good one.
Always welcome, bro. You're always welcome. IBT, you there? No, IBT out. So, my man, 1-2 Kid, what's up, bro? Give me some closing thoughts, fam.
Well, shout out to Flame On, man. Always nice to see you when you swing through, man. LA, always a pleasure. D, thanks for having me on the panel. Shout out to everybody else who was on too. Boxing Jedi, Unbiased, well, IBT, the rookie. Yep, and Intangible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody in the chat, man. Lisa Bells, Get This Smoke, Boxer Finesse, Prime Fighting Champions, you know, Wooly Boy, all y'all out there showing support, man. We appreciate it. And keep doing your thing, D, man. It's nice to see your channel growing. Everybody have a good night. I'm about to start cooking on some shit that I want to talk about. Have a good one, y'all.
Bro. Appreciate you, fam.
No problem. Appreciate you too, bro.
All right. So, guys, good chat, man. Always a pleasure to have y'all guys on. I appreciate all y'all guys coming on and kicking with me. IBT Rookie of the Year, Prospect of the Year, whatever you want to call them. We had Intangible up here, Unbiased Boxing Talk. My man Flame 124. The newbie was on here. Boxing Jedi. Raider from LA was on here. Man, I appreciate you guys. 1-2 Kid, everybody coming on and kicking with me. Everybody in the chat, y'all always appreciate it. And everybody dropping those super chats. You know, big appreciation, man. You guys know that's not what it's about, but that's definitely appreciated, man, because this is gonna help this channel grow and bring those good games. And I mean, I got a lot of stuff planned for this channel, so all of that's gonna go toward it, and I'm gonna give back to you guys. You guys will see really soon here. So y'all know how I always end this thing. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Peace.